Okay, so DARE at this point in time is kind of, as you can see, is a coming together of a lot of different partners and a lot of universities who all work together within this center. And DARE, with those partners, is working on the quantifying the uncertainty within the areas of minerals, water, biodiversity, and with the cross-cutting themes around making decisions, exploring data, and building models. So, well, there you go. There was my slide. I just managed to put it in at the wrong spot. Okay, so DARE is unique in that it's the first higher degree research center in which it's training people in the data science. So it's unique within Australia in that sense, and it's trying to address the urgent need within the resources sector that has for these new and developing areas of data science, and that's where we're bringing this together. So DARE specifically tries to bring together the different domains and the data science to be able to allow people to discuss these ideas and be able to develop novel ideas around the area where these two things overlap. So in the end, the idea is that the students will go out after this, completing their time at DARE, as being able to transform the industry and bring the data science to the industry. So at this point in time, DARE is very much as it was envisioned in the proposal. It brings together several universities, combines the knowledge of several universities with a key range of industry partners and government partners across the areas of minerals, water, and biodiversity. It kind of builds on the needs of those partners, or it builds on the needs of those partners to develop these novel skills and capabilities within modern data science. We also have an international partner, which is the Alan Turing Institute in the UK, where we hope also that we'll have several exchanges with the institute. So it's important to kind of reflect a little bit on the governance structure of DARE, because the governance structure of DARE really reflects how we're trying to do this collaboration. Because you can see at the bottom of that governance structure, there is the interaction between the different domain sciences and the different data science themes, and how they're cross-cut. And for that reason, we also have a deputy director in the data science capability themes, which is Professor Ed Cripps, and we have a deputy director within the domain science area, which is Professor Lucy Marshall. And the idea is that this cross-cutting within the themes and the domains brings this collaboration between the CIs within the supervisory team. So we hope that each of the PhD students has a supervisor of both the data science end and of the domain end. So that way they can get this interaction. We also have, of course, and this is important to mention, the advisory board, which is led by Professor Pitt Patterson. And this advisory board is an independent kind of expert panel for us to reflect on how we are performing and what we can improve on. So, but of course, the most important part of what we have is our students. So at the moment, we have managed being quite successful in attracting a very good group of students. In cohort 1 of 2021, we had 7 students who successfully completed their coursework. And in cohort 2, which was mid-2021, we had 3 PhD students successfully complete their coursework. And for them, it was particularly interesting because there were 3 students, but 2 of those were overseas. So it required quite a bit of coordination and collaboration to actually be able to successfully complete their coursework. Did very well. In the first cohort, there were also several students overseas, but overall, we managed to complete the coursework successfully. We have our final cohort of 7 students enrolled in their coursework in this semester, and they've started off just recently with all their coursework, and that seems to be ticking along as well. At this point, we've got 83% of our PhDs in Australia, and we're very happy about that. We hope to get 100% very soon. We're just waiting on a few leftover visas. As you can understand, with the whole COVID situation, it's been slightly more challenging to bring in all the students at this, within DARE, but really would like to have them all here so we can actually get them to build as a cohort. So overall, DARE has exceeded this KPI within PhD students. We have already enrolled more PhD students than we promised, and we actually have a better cohort at this point than we expected. Not very good, nice of this cohort is also that 55% of those PhD candidates are women, which really is important for in terms of our diversity within the cohort that we would like to achieve. But I will have to say that the DARE coursework would never have been possible without the really important input from all the DARE postdocs and ECRs and a lot of the CIs who actually put together the coursework and have delivered it to the students. So that's been a very important part of the collaboration within DARE to actually do that. And in fact, this has been so successful that the University of Sydney is interested in taking over the coursework and rolling it out as a continuing coursework within the university. But at this point, when the students that have now completed their coursework, they are now thinking about their project and developing their projects, having discussions with their supervisors, and bringing together this the knowledge that they have with the knowledge that the supervisors bring, and to develop their projects in terms of their PhDs. But as you can see, the range of the projects that we have for the students is quite wide, and that really reflects the wide range of CIs that we have in the center. Also, what you can see is that some of these topics are very much in relation to novel data science, while other are more in relation to applying some of this novel data science to some of the natural resource problems. Of course, all this work is once again, very much supported by the ECIs, by the postdocs, and also by, and who are in the meantime also developing their own research and doing their own work. So as a whole, the center is developing quite a bit of research at this point. And so if I look purely at the academic output that we have done at the center, things are going very well, right? So from an academic point of view, we have published a wide range of we've managed to get a wide range of publications. Our CIs are collaborating with many other researchers, partly because that's what they have to bring to the center, and that's really important too, the networks that they bring to the center. If you want to see more of those publications, there's quite a range of them mentioned on our website, and we also have more in our reports. It covers a wide range of more theoretical work, but also more applied work, as you can see. And if you really are interested in some of academic work, you might want to join our seminars, and you can hear more about that in the seminars. But we also have output that is actually more industry based. So for example, the work from DARE on the fish stock assessments, which Roman will talk about later, but that really was instrumental in trying to develop the Minderoo Global Fishing Index for 2021 report. And so that was the work by Roman Martian, Vincent Chen, and Sally Cripps together. DARE also has been working on developing a Bayesian framework for water accounting as part of the Where's All the Water project, where we work with ANU, Macquarie University, New South Wales Department of Industry, Department of Infrastructure, Planning, Infrastructure and Environment, and the New South Wales Smart Sensing Network. And as part of that work, for example, we developed uncertainty assessments of the gauging curves, the measurements that we take in rivers. But in the meantime, DARE's research engineers have also been busy, and they really have been working on converting information into user tools that can be, including developing new ways of visualizing data. So what you can see here in the top corner is some work that we did for Where's All the Water, where we are showcasing how you can click on different parts of the map and get nice time series of the data that are actually there. And at the bottom is some work that's been done in trying to collate and make the data around the CMIP model and symbol estimates to make those more accessible, and so we can also visualize that data in terms of the mean values of the temperature and the standard deviation of the temperatures. So, as I said, so far, DARE is operating quite successfully. It's creating outputs, it's got students, it's got the ECRs working on their projects, got the CIs collaborating, we've got the partners. So it has laid the foundations to be a very successful ARC center. But we've got almost 4 years to go because we only started in 2020, so there still is plenty of scope. So 2021 definitely for the center is the focus on the DARE partners. We want to do placements, we want to build connections, we want to have interactions. And so that's what we're focusing on. We want to make sure that partners are on the forefront of what we do. Beyond 2021, DARE really wants to extend those partnerships into more long-term relationships that we can help to deliver new skills and new capacity to the industry. But we will also look for opportunities, because if there are opportunities in terms of new partners and new projects, we're definitely keen to start on those and jump into those. But in the end, it's about delivering long-term growth in data science knowledge and be able to actually transform the industry. That's what DARE has been set out to do. So if you look at that in terms of a timeline, you can see that originally we started in 2020. We had 12 to 17 PhD students enrolled. We have about $1 million of additional funding. We started with 10 industry partners and 3 universities. We now have 17 PhD students enrolled. We hope they all complete in time. In fact, I don't hope it, I'm sure they will all complete in time. We hope to attract about $3 million in additional funding. We now have up to 5 universities, and we hope to maybe expand to about up to 15 industry partners. In the end, that is the bit that will result in this transformation in the industry partners in terms of data science and knowledge. And that's all I wanted to say today at this point.